These are the Adidas Supernova Prima, a daily trainer shoe that in my opinion can indeed be used for everyday runs, all distances, and above all for running in an enjoyable way. To understand it better, as usual, let's start with the specifications. The specifications are quite complex because we're talking about a shoe that in a men's US size 9 weighs 287 grams, 242 grams in a women's US size 8. It has an 8 millimeters drop with a stack height of 38 millimeters at the heel and 30 millimeters at the forefoot. Interestingly, the women's version has a drop of only 7 millimeters. And don't ask me about the ground clearance heights. Now here are the 10 things I liked, the 2 things I would change, and who this shoe is suitable for. A confession and the usual disclosure. The confession is that I thought the drop in the women's version would be higher. However, it's actually 36 millimeters at the heel and 29 millimeters at the forefoot, resulting in a 7 millimeters drop, which is 1 millimeters lower. As for the disclosure, this shoe was provided by Top for Running for review purposes. I've run over 100 kilometers in it since receiving it in June, back when I was still running in a pleasant and fantastic way. They feature an engineered mesh upper that is highly breathable, making them an excellent choice for summer runs. If you're running on a treadmill, you won't encounter any issues either. The outer part has substantial support which might cause discomfort on longer runs depending on your foot, but I still recommend sticking to your usual size as the shoe fits like a sock. As for the laces, they are wider compared to a typical daily trainer and hold tension very precisely, allowing you to adjust them as you prefer. The only potential downside is that they might wear out faster, but that depends on how you tie them and whether they get caught on anything. The foot lockdown is the standout feature and is absolutely perfect thanks to the gusseted tongue. It also uses a medial strap, ensuring the tongue stays in place at all times. Moreover, the tongue has significant padding at the top, allowing you to tighten the laces securely without experiencing any discomfort. The heel structure is quite unusual. The upper part is heavily padded, providing comfort, while the lower part is extremely rigid. This design ensures excellent stability during runs, but might cause minor issues for runners with heel problems, though this will ultimately depend on your foot shape. By the way, it would be great if you subscribe to the channel to avoid missing more reviews and everything related to the world of running. Your support would be truly invaluable for my channel, and there will be plenty of content coming in the next few days. I give the midsole a 10 out of 10. It's designed with a premium compound called Dreamstrike Plus. In reality, it features a dual density construction with a small amount of super hard foam in both the forefoot and heel. This provides excellent balance, offering great stability on one hand and soft cushioning on footstrike on the other. I also love the fact that the shoe is very flexible, making it enjoyable for forefoot strikers. For heel strikers, as previously mentioned, the base is quite wide. However, the yellow section of the midsole is extremely rigid, which might not suit runners who land heavily on their heels. On the other hand, this rigid structure provides excellent stability, which can be a significant advantage for a daily trainer. Additionally, the stability is further enhanced by what are called support rods, not to be confused with energy rods. These are internal structures placed within the midsole to provide extra stability, particularly considering this shoe is designed as a daily trainer. The outsole uses a compound called light traction, which seems to aim for a balance between being very lightweight and providing decent traction. In my opinion, while the traction is good, it's not as excellent as other Adidas outsoles and is slightly inferior. That said, it still holds up well, even on white gravel paths, so you shouldn't encounter any issues. This also depends on your foot strike, as the forefoot space is very good and the heel space is decent. The design is quite unusual though, as it feels very plasticky, especially on the right side. On the left side, there's exposed rubber that might wear out slightly faster. Additionally, the support rods are the least plasticky part of the structure, which overall feels relatively premium. Regarding foot strike, there are 2 important considerations. First, the 3 millimeters thickness in the forefoot, combined with the premium compound, might appeal to forefoot strikers, offering a pleasant experience. On the other hand, for heel strikers, the stack height is absolutely adequate, but the sensation might feel slightly firmer due to the significant amount of the extremely rigid yellow material. This design is intentional to enhance the stability of the shoe. On the other hand, the midfoot and forefoot are definitely advantageous, making this shoe particularly suitable for runners with a neutral gait. Like other Adidas models, the insole is removable, and you can replace it with customized orthotics. Depending on the weight of the orthotics, you could still enjoy a very comfortable experience, thanks to the shoe's relatively light weight. As for durability, there are 3 key points to consider. 1. While the premium foam doesn't last exceptionally long, the overall structure is designed to be durable, thanks to a slightly denser material. 2. This could allow the shoe to last for over 700 kilometers, especially since the upper has no weak points and holds up well with regular use. 3. Additionally, there's no issue with the footbed, ensuring long-lasting comfort. In conclusion, this shoe is built to be durable and reliable. In terms of distance, I recommend this shoe for 10-kilometer runs, where it performs very well. However, in my opinion, it truly shines on runs over 2.5 hours, thanks to its soft yet stable ride. That said, you'll need to accept that the heel can feel a bit restrictive. As for paces, this shoe can handle a variety of speeds. It's suitable for runners aiming for 5 minutes per kilometer, but it can also work for sub-4 minutes paces, considering that the foam is very responsive. For faster times, though, other Adidas models might be more appropriate. Note that it's also perfectly fine for 7 minutes per kilometer paces and is a great option for easy, everyday runs where comfort is key. You will be literally enjoy running with this Supernova Prima at all paces. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, as the English would say. In my opinion, while the midsole is the standout feature of this shoe, likely because the designer allocated the budget to create the perfect foam, the other aspects don't quite match up. For instance, I would have expected premium laces, but they wore out quickly. Additionally, the outsole falls short of Adidas' reputation as a brand that promises shoes capable of handling rain, hail, and even white gravel paths, where you'd almost expect to go trail running. I also find the heel counter to be too rigid. If you use this shoe daily for 20 days, you might start experiencing issues, even though the upper part of the heel is very comfortable. However, the lower part is extremely rigid. I understand Adidas' decision to prioritize stability, especially with the increased stack height, but at the same time, I find it difficult to use the shoe for everyday runs. In conclusion, from my point of view, the Supernova Prima has undoubtedly allowed Adidas to take a significant step forward compared to previous models. The Bavarian company is truly conservatively innovative, and this shoe is one that you can use to run comfortably. It will definitely suit amateur runners very well. Of course, there are some limitations, as I've mentioned in the review. In the meantime, stay strong and keep running. In the coming days, I'll release more videos and I'll continue to be your favorite amateur runner. See you soon!